overseas often experience the question of being asked by other nationals about Japanese culture or Japanese history.
And most of the time you don't know the answer. Which is... Well, having said that, sometimes people will ask me questions about English culture.
English culture.
And I have to say, a lot of the time I don't know. Nowadays, most of the time I can answer because I've actually gone and looked it up again. I have to do some research before I can answer, but I think we become blasé about our own culture.
Blasé.
Oh.
Difficult.
Blasé is a lovely word.
Blasé. Wow. French,
of course. But, well, it's English, but it's from French.
遊び飽きた。Dissolute, kind of.
Yeah. Disinterested.
Yeah, but so visiting foreign countries often gives the person to learn one's own culture history.
Sure. It always surprises me how a lot of Japanese people cannot explain even simple things about their own history and culture.
I also have some problem because I deserted Japanese history when I was in high school. Abandoned. Instead, I took world history, so I have limited knowledge or information about Japanese history.
I have a question for you then about Japanese history. Recently there was Japanese Foundation Day.
建国記念の日、紀元節。
When was the country founded?
Wow, difficult. That topic.
So you have to look it up, you see.
建国記念。1966, it was restored as a national foundation day. Before that, the name was used as 紀元節, which means the installment of first emperor Jimmu. But I don't know exactly what age he lived in. Some say it's a mythology, but I think he really existed. 建国記念.
So you're thinking it goes back a few thousand years?
Few thousand years. Yeah, maybe 1,000 years. Jim. Anyway, that day was established or after that installment of Emperor Jimmu, first Emperor Jimmu.
First Emperor. Okay.
難しい理解になってきた。
No, I've never met anybody who can answer that question, you see.
So 1870, so Meiji 1872 officially announced that Meiji government announced that they are 紀元節 and after World War II it was abolished, but in 1966 it was reinstated as a national foundation. Right wing, Japanese rising sun.
Oh, is that why? Okay. God, the right wing. Nationalist idiots. Okay, I see. Blasé is a good word.
Blasé, blasé. Ennui? How about ennui?
Ennui?
Ennui.
Boredom.
Boredom, boredom.
Laissez-faire.
Laissez-faire? Laissez-faire is an economic term. Huh?
Really? Well, laissez-faire just means leave it as it is.
It's a market, deregulation. Let the market do it.
Let them get on with it. Well, there are many French words now in English. French phrases, I should say. Noblesse oblige.
Nobleman's obligation.
Yeah.
Some Kyodai student commented on the Facebook. When he used to be my Facebook friend. He entered the central bureaucry. Passed the test of central bureaucracy. Oh, nobles oblige. That's Japanese bureaucrat. The way of Japanese bureaucrat way of thinking.
That's a bit pretentious. That's only for royalty, really.
Royalty, no person. But really, in a real sense, your life is guaranteed to some degree, to some extent. So why not work for the country? Why not work for the people? Those kind of ideas.
Or
society.
If you're a government employee.
Kind of government employee.
Well, that's, I mean, most of the time that's the most stable employment these days. Not to mention the remuneration seems to be quite good.
Remuneration, I heard that word, remuneration. Pay, remuneration. Difficult word.
Today I'm using difficult words. Normally I would just say the pay. I'm being a bit pretentious.
Maybe the judge of that step first grade interview test likes those kind of vocabulary.
Well, first grade in any of those Aiken or whatever is difficult.
Difficult.
And I guarantee you that most native speakers wouldn't get full marks.
The spelling.
Oh, of course not. Because let's face it, the average native speaker is not particularly well educated. You're talking the average there, right? Mm-hmm. The average native speaker is not very well educated, and their vocabulary is lacking. Have you ever seen the Sun newspaper from Britain?
I only saw once or twice at some bookstore.
Well, you know that in Britain there are two types of newspapers. What's known as the broadsheets and then the tabloids.
Tabloid.
The tabloids are like low-class sports newspapers, like they would be in Japan. And the Sun is kind of the lowest of the low. I was told once that the Sun is written so that an 8-year-old, somebody with the educational level of an 8-year-old can read the Sun.
Wow, great, wow.
So actually I recommend those newspapers to my students. And even then, because they may be written for 8-year-olds, but they use a lot of slang.
Slang.
So it's not such an easy read. The actual vocabulary itself is quite easy. However, the way that it's used is not. awful lot of slang.
One New Zealander's だったかな